Hey, it's Austin from Korked. So the Titans are in the market for a new offensive coordinator. Apparently only scoring more than 24 points once last season and having the 30th ranked offense just didn't cut it. Not that anyone asked, but I'm here to give you my top 5 choices for Titans offensive coordinator. Mainly because I love people telling me that I'm a stupid piece of shit in the comments of this video. So without waiting any longer, let's go. Now, before we begin, we at Korked don't believe in honorable mentions because there's no honor in a mention. But if we did, my honorable mention would go to Kellen Moore. Now, look, I know he was just hired by the Chargers, but maybe still make the call? You never know. Could be like a runaway bride situation. And, I mean, hell, while you're at it, maybe give Frank Reich a call, too. I mean, he's come back on this franchise before. Now, you're probably like, even if Kellen Moore did change his mind, he won't. Why would you want someone that the Cowboys just fired? Because the Cowboys just fired him? That franchise is run by a senile Skeletor. Any decision they make is the wrong one. How do I know? Because they're letting Mike McCarthy call their plays next year. But Austin, he won a Super Bowl. Yeah, back when the iPod Nano was a thing. And plus, Joe Philbin was the OC that year. Frankly, when it comes to play calling, I'd trust Melissa McCarthy over Mike McCarthy. So yeah, if the Cowboys moved on from Kellen Moore, that tells me he's a great coach. On to the list. Number 5, Matt Nagy. Truth be told, I don't actually want Nagy. A big reason why is because I don't know if it's pronounced Nagy or Nagy. But also because this guy gets a lot of credit for turning the Chiefs' offense around back in 2017. But really, it wasn't anything all that impressive. Keep in mind, this was a Chiefs' offense before Patrick Mahomes. And while it is reported that he took over play calling from Andy Reid, that season ultimately ended in the wild card round against the the Titans. A game which saw the Chiefs score no points in the second half. Feeling that Titans fans know all too well this year. And sure, when he became a head coach of the Bears, he took them to the playoffs 2 seasons, but those teams were led by the defense. Those Bears offenses were nothing impressive. So look, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying maybe. Or is it maybe? Number 4, BYRON LEFTWICH. Look, I know he was fired by the Bucs this year and couldn't do anything with that quarterback of his, Tom Brady. The name. And it's not a great look when you can't do anything offensively when you've literally got the GOAT. But to me, the problems with the Bucs this year stemmed with Todd Bowles as head coach. And Titans fans more than anyone should recognize coaching issues stemming from a Todd. I mean, just last year, BYRON LEFTWICH was a candidate for most head coaching openings. And now just a year later, he's fired. Speaking of goats, he feels more like a scapegoat to me. Plus, BYRON LEFTWICH, I think, would do well in Tennessee. If anyone knows how to work with injured quarterbacks, it's LEFTWICH. Number 3, Sean Payton. Dude, what are you, idiot? Yeah. I am. I know he's up for and will probably get a head coaching gig. But look, shoot for the moon. Because even if you fall short, you're still amongst the stars. And still without an OC, but you're still amongst the stars. Now, sure, this would be like me asking out Emily Ratajkowski. But you know what? Maybe she'd be into the idea of dating a low-profile guy who makes videos on the internet who may or may not already be married. You never know if you don't ask. Hell, at this point, I'd even take Kevin James playing Sean Payton. And full disclosure, while I was editing this video, Sean Payton was hired by the Denver Broncos. So, I need a new number 3. So, I don't know, maybe that kid from Little Giants, the kid who drew up the annexation of Puerto Rico.
How about the annexation of Puerto Rico?
I mean, that kid's got to be pretty brilliant, right? You're probably like, hey, you idiot. That dude's a kid. And it's like, that movie's like 30 years old, okay? So, I'm pretty sure he's an adult by now, so joke's on you, buddy. Hopefully this video will be edited before anyone else gets hired. Anyway, number 2, Eric Bieniemy. Now, a lot of people ask, why would Eric Bieniemy leave a really good situation just to take the same role at a much worse situation? I don't know, but he didn't decline the interview request. And look, I'm not asking any questions, okay? Let's just roll with it. There have been reports that he wants to pair up with a defensive-minded head coach, and he wants to get out of the shadow of Andy Reid, actually do the play calling on his own. And considering Nashville is 555 miles away from Kansas City, a job with the Titans should be able to get him just out of reach of Andy Reid's shadow. And number 1, literally just anyone. I mean, the Titans offense ranked 30th in the NFL last year. They had 5 games where they didn't score a point in the second half, and 14 games where they scored 8 or fewer points in the second half. Literally anyone could do better than that illegitimate child of Jeremy Renner and that kid from Children of the Corn. In fact, I'd even take Jeremy Renner or that kid from Children of the Corn. Just give me someone who won't call run plays on 2nd and 10, end arounds to the tight end on 3rd and 1, or whatever the hell that one play against the Jaguars was. I mean, Titans, if you want to give me the job, I did pretty well turning Dorial Green Beckham into an offensive threat in my Madden 2017 franchise. Something to think about.
Then he pivots, fakes, chucks the big bomb halfway down the field to our hopefully still wide open tailback.